group, SSG, is better known in the country as the Black Storks because of the commando's unique headgear. Their training reportedly includes a 36-mile march in 12 hours and a 5-mile run in 50 minutes in full gear. Only about 5% of recruits make it through to the Pakistan SSG due to the tough nature of this 9-month training course, which also includes extensive hand-to-hand combat and an airborne school. The Black Storks are trained for a variety of environments including mountain, desert, jungle, and underwater. During the early Cold War, they trained and served alongside U.S. Special Forces, and more recently, the Storks have focused on local anti-terrorist operations, counterinsurgency, and intelligence collection. In October 2009, the commando stormed an office building and rescued 39 people taken hostage by suspected Taliban militants after an attack on the Army's headquarters.
Something's coming. Something's coming. Let the games begin. Come walk in my shoes. I done paid all my dues. I got something to prove. All in, nothing to lose. Ain't no stopping me. I was born for this. From day one I wanted it. We come from far to quit. Ain't no stopping it. Ain't no stopping it. Let the games begin.
Israeli Special Forces is focused in intelligence gathering, and it often operates deep behind enemy lines. In 2003, Israeli taxi driver Ilyahu Giro was kidnapped after transporting 4 Palestinians to Jerusalem in his cab, but the Seirei Matkal unit located and rescued him from a 3-foot pit in an abandoned factory in a suburb of Ramallah. The most famous of their large-scale operations is Operation Thunderbolt, which came to be after several terrorists had taken hostages on board of an airline which was flown to Uganda. Many hostages were released, but over 100 hostages were kept in the airport terminal building. An assault force of Seirei Matkal assaulted the position, killing counter-terrorism teams are some of the finest in the world and have proven their abilities and bravery over decades of dangerous operations. But unlike many anti-terrorist units, GIGN is also used in arrest of dangerous criminals, countering barricade suspects, quelling prison riots, VIP protection, and other high-risk police operations within France or former colonies. Since its founding, the GIGN has seen consistent action. Its members are considered absolute masters of hostage rescue and intervention, especially in high-density environments like buses, ships, trains, and airlines. Their faces are not allowed to be photographed fully exposed, therefore they're often seen wearing tactical ski masks when operating in public. GIGN is known for innovation in technology applications and tactical methods. Their most famous operation is their assault on Flight 8969, which was an Air France flight that was hijacked on December 24, 1994, by the armed Islamic group in Algeria, where the terrorists murdered 3 passengers with the intention to blow up the plane over the Eiffel Tower in Paris. When the aircraft reached Marseille, the GIGN stormed the plane and killed all 4 hijackers. The bravery of its members comes from their extreme training course. In fact, the training is so extreme that the GIGN has lost more men during training than during their 1,000-plus operations. SAS. The British Special Air Service, known commonly as the SAS, was created in 1941 as a force which could operate behind German and Italian lines and support resistance movements against the occupation forces. The training that a recruit has to go through in order to become part of the SAS is extremely difficult, since in addition to the 40-mile march, the 2-mile swim, and the push-ups and pull-ups, you have to survive in the jungle to learn survival and navigational skills, after which you endure survival practice. The final test is a 36-hour interrogation session meant to break the candidate's will. Not convinced this is better than the SEALs? It may help you to know that the SAS is also trained by MI5 and MI6 security and intelligence services to undertake counter-espionage operations. It's like having a SEAL and James Bond all rolled into one. Their insignia bears the phrase, "Who dares wins," composed of members from all branches of the military. The force is armed with cutting-edge weaponry, and its operations remain highly guarded secrets, but you can bet they're in the vanguard of any American-led operation. Its members are not called soldiers, but operators, and are said to shun the traditional philosophies of military life. They wear civilian clothes and they work for whomever needs them, for the Army, the FBI, and the CIA. It must be said, however, that neither the United States government nor the military officially acknowledges the existence of Delta Force. It's only in recent years that vague references by the government to the group's existence has been allowed to go uncensored. Since its inception in 1977, stories of the Delta Force's exploits and missions have leaked out little by little, eventually forming a brief sketch of the unit. However, the group has been criticized for undertaking missions that are on the fringe of regular laws governing the military. This causes some to worry that Delta Force has more power and less accountability than any military organization in a free democracy should. Delta Force is funded out of secret government accounts, away from the public eye, and is believed to answer only to the president, making it one of the most, if not the most, elite special unit in the world. Why one of the most when we ranked it as number 1, you might ask? Well, after all, the most elite special forces are the ones that are so secretive that no one knows about their existence.
බලමින් රජයමු අපි දියවරින් ගොඩින් ගීයක වේගය අභිබවමින් කටු තුඩු මත රුපු තෙත බිඳිමින් දෙරණ පුරා විරිපුන් නොකලල් විරු හමුදා සටනෙහි තියුණුම විටදි පවා මිහිසුණු ගමු අපි ජය විහිදා ගීයක වේගය අභිබවමින් කටු තුඩු මත රුපු තෙත බිඳිමින් කුකුසු ඇසින් මරු නිල බලමින් රජයමු අරමුණු පිණිස දැපි සතුරා මහ පෙර වුවද හැපි සිත බිඳ පෙරටම යම්හ අපි ගීයක වේගය අභිබවමින් අඩු තුඩු මත රුපු තෙත බිඳිමින් මුකුසු ඇසින් මරු නිබලු අපි විශේෂ බලකා සෙබලු අපි.
General term for all Russian special forces. Within the Russian special forces, Alpha Group is as bad as they come. The KGB created this elite group in 1974, and it is believed that it operates under the directive of the top leadership in Russia, which is why most of its operations are classified. This force came to fame during the invasion of Afghanistan, during which members of Alpha stormed the presidential palace in Kabul, killing everybody in the building in the blink of an eye. In 1985, a group from this unit was dispatched to Beirut to try and rescue 4 Soviet diplomats. When the diplomats were killed, Alpha Group allegedly hunted down relatives of the hostage takers and returned them to their families in much smaller pieces to send a message to would-be terrorists. It apparently worked for over 20 years. The SEALs are an American Special Forces group created in 1962 which have achieved near mythical status. This is, in part, thanks to Operation Neptune Spear, the mission in which SEALs killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, in 2011. One interesting fact about this mission is that the aircrafts used in the raid were from Area 51. In fact, specially modified helicopters carried Red Squadron of SEAL Team 6 to Pakistan for the raid on Osama bin Laden's compound. The Black Hawks were fitted with top-secret radar spoofing technology, allowing U.S. forces to slip across the border unnoticed. These stealth aircrafts were developed and tested at the infamous Area 51, near Groom Lake, Nevada. SEALs will usually penetrate behind enemy lines and finish their mission before the enemy realizes that they're there. One quality that makes them so effective on land, air, or even at sea. In fact, the word SEAL stands for sea, air, and land, meaning that these soldiers can fight any form of threat, anywhere. The physical and mental strength required to make it in this force is ridiculously high. Training takes over a year, and most applicants can't even get past the physical qualification test, which involves a lot of swimming, push-ups, sit-ups, and running, all accomplished in a very strict time limit. Get past that, and you enter general training. Past that, and you move on to SEAL qualification training, which then opens the door to specialized training. All of this ensures the SEAL members are physically and mentally as tough as nails and capable of undertaking the most difficult operations in the world, wherever that may be.